Matthewson's auction all sorts of classic vehicles, and one of their most popular is the Sports Roadster.
There we are. This looks good value for money. Sold.
But rather than try our luck with a 50-year-old rust bucket, we thought we'd go for something a bit more contemporary, more reliable. So two modern-day classics have made the shortlist: the Mazda MX5 and the MG TF.
Most buyers of that type of car are torn. They tend to go Mazda MX5 because of the reliability.
I was umming and ahhing before I got my MX5, but I mean, I think the Mazda's ugly, but them Fs, they're awful, aren't they?
Jack has one, Dave has one, I have one. MX5s. We ain't got any MGFs or TFs. Enough said, innit?
Right, decision made. And the one we've spotted looks like the perfect specimen, an MX5 Arizona Mark II. The Mark I MX5 first hit the Tokyo tarmac in 1989. Mazda took inspiration from the British and Italian sports cars of the 50s and 60s and delivered a perfectly balanced, light, small, simple and most importantly, affordable sports car. The Roadster was reborn. Later models junked at the pop-up headlights and the 1.6 engine. These days you even get mod cons like a folding hard roof. But all versions stayed true to that key ingredient, fun. And today the MX5 is the best-selling two-seater soft top of all time. Dave is a massive fan.
These must be the most value for money little sports car in the world. They handle like a go-kart. Your bum's that far off the floor, so you feel you're doing about 300 mile an hour everywhere. Then you've got to look at the key and it starts.
This all sounds too good to be true.
The only thing you've got to watch out for is body. They do rot surprisingly quickly. Well, sills have been done because we've got a slightly different shade of yellow there. Look, so that's been done down that side.
But I'm not a massive lover of this undersill right up here. You never had it right up here on factory.
To get top dollar for one of these, they have to be really good. Yeah. For every one outstanding car, there'll be 500 bad ones.
Let's hope this is the one.
Look at that, 30-odd thousand mile, little two-door sports car, convertible, for how much,
2,500 quid.
2,500 quid. Great, isn't it?
We think so. But before we get too excited, we're letting the Mazda dudes in Darlington give our Mark II the once-over. Owners Andy Barras and Mark Thornton first met when Andy sold Mark parts for an MX5 competition car he was building.
The rest is history. 10 years later, we've got Mazda dudes where we've got, 3 staff, and it's just kind of growing day on day, basically.
Unsurprisingly, they know all there is to know about the Mazda MX5.
The Mark I originated 1989, was around till about 1997. Then they brought out the Mark II. They're known for rotting inside out, basically.
What, sorry, the Mark II is known for rotting?
Yeah, more so than any other.
So if you were not going to buy a Mazda, you wouldn't buy a Mark II?
I would recommend that you don't buy a Mark II or a 2.5.
Right.
Without seriously looking at it.
We're not very good at that.
Oh.
Time for a second opinion. Owen Oliver and Andy Wingrove will be in charge of fettling our MX5.
In terms of cars, what potentially causes the biggest issue for you? Which Mark?
Mark II.
Does it?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get on with it then.
Oh, you've bent down and looked at something already.
Yeah, I've spotted something. But I'm going to have a look at the sill here because you can see it's been repaired. There's no arch guard.
So does that mean water has gone in?
Quite possibly, yeah, potentially it has gone in. It's opened up there. So you've got rust in there. The paint's peeling off.
One of the main reasons for the Mark II corroding more than any other model is that some of the bodywork is double skin rather than single. This means moisture can get trapped and eventually turn to rust.
That's a Mark
II front chassis leg.
That bit off?
That's one from the House of Horrors. Now you can see that's how they go. It's double skinned, so the water gets in between, and the only place it can go is out, so it breaks out. That's what happens on all Mark IIs.
The chassis legs are structural and need to be rust-free.
So that one is definitely broken out. It's holed. It's like that. Not as bad as that.
This one's just swelling.
Yeah.
Without replacing those, it potentially won't get through an MOT.
No.
No.
It's not the worst cow, is it?
It's not a bad one. It's quite a good one, to be fair. If you went and had a look at that one over there, well, we haven't.
You're going to need that.
I am. Potentially.
Look, that's not genuine.
Yes, that's not nice. That's the new repair panel. That is the old rusty panel.
Like the outer panel one.
Yeah, exactly the same.
So that's been repaired as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, it's had the same again. A new quarter fitted over the top of a rusty one.
So they've put a new piece over an old rusty piece?
Over an old rusty piece, yeah. So it all needs cut out and down back to the basics and start again. That's a hole.
Well, it is now. It wasn't before you hit it.
That's where the chassis legs go.
And that's common?
That's common. They all go like that. Unless they're fresh off the boat or they've lived in a garage and never seen water. There we go.
And mechanically up front?
From what I can see, it seems all right.
It's pretty good. I'm impressed. There's no oil leaks.
No, no oil leaks.
How much does it cost us for you to make holes in it?
Holes are free.
Oh, so you're not charging us for it?
Good answer.
Unfortunately, until the Mazda is cut open, we won't know the extent of the corrosion.
I've cut into cars that look rotten and inside they're pristine. But I've cut into cars that look good and they're rotten inside. We just don't know.
Whether we like it or not, it seems as though we are taking a journey into the unknown. In Darlington, our 2002 Mazda MX5 is now in the capable hands of Andy Wingrove and Owen Oliver. We now know Mark IIs are renowned for rot. Ours has only done 39,000 miles, yet it's no different. We just need to find out how bad it is.
So, well, it's looking, initially, like the very end of the sill is gone. Once I expose the rest of it, we'll see what it's like. What's yours?
The main reason for sills rusting is the roof drains getting blocked.
So the water runs down, runs into a collection bowl, and then it's meant to drain out through this hole. So we need to clean the drains out, which is a common service item, but most people don't know how to do it. But this is what causes the rot, because the pool sits in there, and then it just fills these full of water.
The water, mixed with road salt, quickly corrodes the untreated inner metal.
And you can see on the floor what was in it.
There you go. That's mud.
From the sills to the wheel arch. And further investigation has led to Andy finding a ripple in the steel that shouldn't be there.
If it's not rust, and maybe it's been dinted, then great. But if it is rust, then that makes me question what else is in there. Oh, it looks like we are doing a full quarter. I have to do it. I can't leave that like that. If I just patch that, it's just going to come straight back through. Oh, damn. Never mind.
Disappointing, but if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. On the rear passenger side, the rust hasn't spread quite so far. So Owen has turned his attention to the chassis legs.
We need to pull the front end off. The bumper, radiator, air intake, alternator, anti-roll bar to give access to Andy so he can get to the chassis legs to get them repaired and put the new panels in. This is the top of them here, which doesn't look too bad. A little bit of surface rust, but that's not too bad, but that's not the issue. It's, when you look in the wheel arch, it's quite holy.
Thankfully, we have some good news.
As you can see, I'm test fitting and doing final trimming on the outer quarter. It fits nice at the back. Fits perfect around the wheel arch.
So we're sorting the rust after we bought the rustiest mark, but now it turns out we've gone for the worst colour.
The colour's great, but in terms of painting it and matching it, it's a nightmare. The only way that really he can guarantee a proper match in the way the paint's got to be applied and that is to do a full shoot on the car, basically.
Not what we wanted to hear. Our MX5 Arizona is now in the capable hands of Neil Sowells. He will treat it to a full respray with the original colour, blaze yellow.
Looking good. This is where they've welded the new panel in. As you can see, that ridge there. We've got to fill over this, get it all smooth and get the shape, the curves right.
Fewer than 300 1.8 litre Arizonas were ever sold in blaze yellow, so it's important the original colour stays true.
There's a few little chips there lower, little marks where it's probably hit a curb. The main bit on this bumper is just the colour fade, where the number plate's been and the badge. We'll have to sand that back down and probably prime that area. But other than that, it's generally in a good condition.
It's all about preparation. The old adage, by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail, has never been so true.
Sometimes you do notice there might be like a little pin mark in the filler that you've missed, or you just need to make sure you've got all that before you actually come to paint it, because once you've started painting, there's not much you can do after that unless you start all over again.
After a full week of prep, Neil is happy, so it's time to spray.
3-stage colours, so it's got a ground coat, it's got a tinted mid-base coat, then the lacquer over the top. Basically, we paint the whole thing so there's no colour difference from panel to panel. It's look amazing.
With our MX5 back at the garage, we're nearly done. Not a spot of rust to be seen. In some aspects, this Arizona is better than ever.
There's more protection than there was when it came out of the factory, so hopefully it's good for a long time now.
Somebody's going to get a really nice car.
Probably cheap as well.
Yeah. All the rust's been chopped out and replaced. It's been fully under-sealed. The brakes have been gone through. Springs on the back have been done. It's fully waxed. Respray. Valet. What more can you ask for?
An exhaust?
Andy forgot to put the exhaust on, so there's that's to do.
And that is it. That's the final touch. Shiny item down there that's standing next to the rusty one that came off the car. That's what's going on now.
A genuine Mazda recycled exhaust, no less.
There we go.
Finito.
Done. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think we all love that car. We all think it's nice.
Back in Thornton-le-Dale, we have a problem.
Further back.
A crew member, who doesn't want to be identified,
Yeah, you're nearly in there.
let's call him Jake, as that's his name, has locked both the keys in the MX5.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're joking.
There you go.
Hey, panic over. I'm just trying to remember how bad it was. I think there was a bit of bubbling around the back arches on both sides, wasn't there? So obviously then you creep into that territory. That's right. And then if the sills all needed doing, that creeps into the rest of the territory. So there was only one way to do it, unfortunately, and that was what you've done. But no, the car looks lovely, doesn't it? Nice and tidy, obviously nice and clean around the arches now. Lovely finish, credit to whoever has painted it and finished it off. It looks lovely. Nice exhaust on there, and to be fair, that's all been done lovely, that floor, like that is superb under there.
Time for a cruise round Thornton-le-Dale.
Benefits and the positives then, they've turned out a cracking car. Mechanically wise, it's sound, engines go on forever. They're a good, fun, smiley car, you know, around the back roads. Look, it's lovely here, cruising about on a Sunday afternoon, roof down. No one's got to do any work on it for the next 10 years, hopefully, and more. But from a money point of view, yeah, you're never going to get any of that back, no way.